Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play Etrian Odyssey. I am the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we went down to the 24th floor with the elevator. I also noticed this staircase on the 23rd floor was not connected yet, so I thought, these ways are going to be completely separate. I went down with the elevator, because that's much quicker, and turns out they're not separate, they are connected. We found the connection, first things first, like I always do. Now there's only one door left with a pretty large area behind it. Let's look into this. Let's look into this. It's the final area before the 25th floor. So what is this going to yield? It's not an area you can only reach with the elevator. It's an area you can also reach with the staircase if you know, take the right staircase. I'm gonna focus on the bull, and after the bull is down we're gonna focus on the armadillo, because armadillo is not my highest priority, which gets him quite mad. You'll see. Did I get a preemptive strike? Is that right? Volt didn't do particularly much damage. Is ice just better against him or what? Not by a long shot. Not that it matters. Not at this point. It's a dead end, but it has an arc-shaped piece of metal. On the ground before you lies a small arc-shaped piece of metal. You have no earthly idea what value it could be to anyone. You nudge the piece of metal with your foot. When nothing happens, you leave. Well, fun. We know what that is. Don't need to put a memo. Oh, fine. I'll put a memo on it just for Ankh. Let's not do caps lock. Caps lock is something very rude on the internet. We shouldn't. We should behave. We're very non-rude people on this channel. There's very few rude people. You especially, you are very polite. you especially, you are very rude. You don't comment at all. Why not? You should. You should. I like reading comments. Even if you don't have anything good to say. Might as well. Just put something there. Draw a smiley face. And post it. Nothing else. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna post a smiley face too. Everyone involved is going to be ecstatic. Alright. I'm being an idiot. Let us continue our exploration. That is a dead end. I went the right way first. I am curious as to what's behind this area. Is it just going to be a treasure chest? And if so, I'm going to probably be a little bummed. But the arc-shaped piece of metal says otherwise. It says something horrible is going to go on here. I mean, there's a lot of people who turn to the ancient Egyptian religions. So many ankhs are scattered here. Don't you use your sleeper agent on me. Good. That's not a fear I have to have anymore. And Eric crits. Life honey. Ooh, that was wrong. But we'll continue north first. You know what? We won't continue north. Because that down there will just be... I don't know. I should have Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm uncertain. We'll see if I should have continued north or the other way. It won't matter in the end. But one thing is for sure, these ways are not connected, because that's what this last Shinjuku place does to you. Keenan, live. You have to live, Keenan. You want to make a difference, you have to live. That's highest priority. dead, you're not useful to anybody. Much like the least to yourself. Should just survive. Here's a treasure chest. Hi. What does it contain? A large box stands before you with a Nectar 3. Thank you very much. Mr. Bears, how's it going? Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear is angry, and Mr. Bear is not going to be alive for much longer, because he's messing with the wrong guy. Have I leveled up enough to be able to take care of him in 2 attacks? Or do I still have to work on me? I did not get any new hardware in terms of weaponry, so is this enough? And it does not look like it. Fine, I hope he's just going to charge up. Oh, I should have used thunder. Maybe you get another crit? Would have been enough. But not like this. Arbuckle's not able to do hundreds of additional damage with a crit. Space Claw. But he wanted to prove something right there. He wanted it. First is this corner. No Ankh? No Ankh. I'm not up for armadillo action right now. I'm not. Armadillos are too much for me to handle. And another box. Large box stands before you. It contains a Medica 5. And ladies and gentlemen, that would be the first, the 21st, and till the 24th floor completely explored. We'll teleport back before I do anything stupid here, because we'll go down to the 25th in this episode. We'll sell our items. This is going to be interesting. I probably should just check it out for a second and then move back out. But we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't. I beat Mr. Bears and I beat one Dino Lich. Let's sell the Blood Mitts. I'm not gonna equip those. Azure Coat. I have already found one, gotten one of those though. The Halo Aspis, that's new. Very cool. Halo Aspis, how good. Instant death resist. Shining white shield said to grant heavens' protection. I would have liked that ages ago. Ages. Thanks though, Moon Aspis, not good enough, buddy, not good enough. For Vitality, not the business. Instant Death Resist, however, good lord. Halo Aspis and Angel Ring. Keenan, you're my holy knight in shiny armor. You're the best. You are the best. You can write that down too if you want to. What about quests right now? Remembrance of a friend, that's not happening. Guildhouse Trial, 5 days, they're not happening. Fond memories of you. No idea how to do that. That's too tough. It wasn't about raw damage output here. The thing is, I have to deal with binding. And binding or unbinding my people is a problem. By the way, a mysterious girl living there is completely wrong. It's a big old Ronnie. That's what it is, a big old Ronnie. Let's try it. Let's try it, but we will also equip appropriately. I will save it right here. If we get defeated, my inventory, like my inventory data, will be wrong again, so I will not have bought all this stuff. I will buy a couple of Nectar 2s. I guess I'll buy a Stoner 2 or 2. Not 2. Not 2. Excella 3 is not important. I have access to Medica 5, which doesn't do that much for me. Amrita is not important. Dariaka B, status ailments, I guess if Eric gets into a bad spot, and remove bindings is important. And that's only on one character, sadly, isn't it? 6, 7. That should be more than sufficient for this, you know, plant. It is just a plant after all. It's just a plant. We're gonna take care of it. We're gonna go beat up a plant. That's what I'm gonna do before I go down to the 25th floor, because I'm scared of Vigil. I'm scared of the truth. I'm scared of it. And this is probably going to be one of my last opportunities for this, so you should be aware that we are getting near the end of the game. My people are greatly injured. Well, I'm gonna go down to the restoration point again then, because going out to sleep is slower, I think. Although that I overstepped my boundary there. Although going down to the restoration point is probably farther. Just because of these enemies. But I have to, I have to engage the all-rounder with full TP and HP. What is this encounter rate again? Too much is a word of, like, a way of putting it. Too much. The encounter rate is too much to handle. Okay. Alrighty. You're waiting for it. This time I'm prepared. This time I know what's up. I have items to heal bindings. Probably not in the party, but that's enough to be for it to be on one guy. And some people just need to attack too. For damage, like Barricus needs to attack. I could get it stunned. Palan has been leveled up quite a bit ever since the time that I fought her last. And how do I know it's a female Elrownie? I don't. I do not. I have no clue. I don't know what what a female Elrownie even is. I thought an Elrownie was a screaming plant. But it didn't scream so much, as opposed to... And instead it did a lot of binding and killing. That's what it was good at. We're not gonna heal up, we're gonna use a Stalker, that's enough. Did I level up Stalker? Nah. Why would I? Waste of skill points. Party is revitalized. And let's not get into too many encounters here. Because I'm curious as to if we're able to defeat the Elrownie. Also, for me it's early in the morning, so I'd be happy if I could. I'm not gonna have much of a chance to explore the 25th floor afterwards. That's why that was such a tough decision to make, otherwise it would have been easy. Okay, you give me the encounter on this side, that's nice. That means there's not gonna be an encounter on the red ivy tiles for a bit. Because the Elrownie is well protected here. So why do you confuse and scare random adventurers again? Shouldn't do that, it's rude. Stalker wasn't active anymore. We should heal up. Because if we get into combat, that would be unfortunate. Let's go in there. Hello, lady. Don't blindside me. Do not blindside me. It did not blindside. Good. Oh, this is gonna be a tough encounter. You know exactly what happened last time. We're gonna defend her up. We're gonna boost first. This is important. It was completely resistant against Volt, so that's unfortunate. Trickery is going to be very useful here. There's gonna be other things I like using as well. CPR is probably gonna be good. That's what I picked it up for anyways. Let's try and use the song Ice and Fire. Are you kidding right now? I hope you are, because that was a no punch below the belt. And nice. Instant death resistance. That is completely different than what it says. Well, that's not instant CP. Fine. Fine. I guess instant death resist doesn't sound so bad. We Hellcried. We're gonna cleave the Alrani a bit. We're gonna immunize because you saw what elemental damage it can pull off. An Apollon won't hurt me. So you were stunned. Unfortunate. Thrash. Yeah. Oh, only 2 people. So those attacks I can handle all day, every day. I can handle those. It's weak against fire, or at least not. It doesn't care much about fire. That has been fired. Parrying is not going to be important. Backguard is also not going to be the thing to do. What do I have? Stoner 2 on... You can only use that on yourself. Fine, you can get an attack in if you want to. I would like to use a blazer, but I don't think it's that good. Shock against everybody. Okay, I get it. CPR is not that bad. CPR is pretty good. That is a nice proc rate for 1 out of 1, huh? Completely resist against ice. Okay, what does Keenan's head being sealed cause? No Hellcry anymore. I can live with that. I can live with that. It's nice that only that they only procced on Keenan. Let's use that again. It's use Trickery again. And you can... I don't need Hellcry on Keenan right now. And I don't need to use Fire on this stupid Alrani either. Completely unnecessary. Shock. Ugh. That's something we're gonna have to check out with Chuckles. Or with Eric himself. Yeah, with Eric himself, because what is he gonna do at this point? Head has been sealed. I don't like hearing that. Dariaka A goes on 1 character and 1 character only. The Apollon came down to hit, so we are going to do this. I could unseal Keenan's head as well. His Hellcry is gonna wear off soon, so that would be worth. You can thrash all day long. Our defense is probably going to decrease again, so Arbuckle should defend her up again. And after that, Provoke is probably appropriate. I hope he doesn't seal me again. Ah, well, doesn't matter so much with Chuckles. Her stats were not, or her magic doesn't do too much against this Alrani. Which is a big bummer, but I guess I can live with it. And as long as we're at full health, I'm not gonna care much. This is going swimmingly, I have to say, swimmingly. Much different from before. Why use trickery again? The Apollon is gonna come down this turn, is fine. You're going to use Theriaka A on yourself. Thrash. You provoked. You're going to Hell Cry. CPR is probably appropriate if that thing uses... it has not been doing a whole lot of damage. Its max damage output isn't that much. The stun is the worst. Okay. So the Hell Cry is not possible. I wanted to use Blazer a little bit, but if you stun me, that's not gonna happen. Arrows were fired into the sky. Oh man, dudes! All the arrows are in the sky. Let's use Defender again. Let's use Blazer this time, just to see. Is that strong? Every 3 turns I use Trickery. 1400. Kiss. That probably confuses. Or has instant death associated with it. You know, we don't know. Blazer does a lot more than Cleaver. Okay. But is also it uses more TP and it gives it has a double chance of them being stunned and nothing happening, because if Chuckles is stunned, she can't use fire, Blazer doesn't proc. If Keenan is stunned, she uses fire, but the Blazer doesn't proc because Keenan is stunned. Which is a problem. So I don't know if that little bit of extra damage is worthwhile. Instead, Tornado probably does more than Cleave at this point. Let's use CPR. We don't know what Kiss is able to do. Don't do it. Good. Provoke is dependent on... Oh no, we used the defend with Arbuckle. The volley was fired into the sky. Yep, Provoke is tied to the head. I didn't look at that tornado damage. Probably a lot. We're not going to use Trickery. We are going to use a boosted multi-hit. And you can unbind Arbuckle's head. Okay, HP drain. That's not too bad. 177 is, like, all things considered, with that guy having 20k total health, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So, what do I expect? That guy gives me the special drop for me hitting him with fire? Nah. But killing him with arrows from the sky? Very nice. Alround is defeated. I don't get any experience for it, sadly. The Royal Vine is gonna be good. You have defeated Alrouni. Royal Vine. Let's see what that gives me. All things considered, probably nothing. Let's hope that's not the case. Let us hope that's not the case. We're gonna have to sell all those Theriaka A's I picked up. Let's turn that in. Report the Phantom of the Forest. Completed. Obtained 5,000 credits. Welcome back. So, the monster disguised itself as a girl to lure people into its trap. You got lucky. Lots of explorers have probably lost their lives to that monster. But I'm glad you're back safe. You look exhausted. Go get some rest, okay? Yeah, that was quite something. Shaleka. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to sell. What did I pick up? Nectar 3s. I picked up Nectar 2s. I have what? Okay, I'm not gonna need these. Just because I still have Nectar 3s. Theriaka Bs. Only one is necessary there. I'm gonna keep 2. I'm gonna keep 2 here as well. Royal Vine is 5,500. Part of the vines adorning Alrauni. For the Thorn Whip. And what does... I should look at the Thorn Whip. What's the Thorn Whip? Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna leave again because I like messing with Shaleka. Thorn Whip is 130,000. It's not half bad. Whip made by braiding Alrauni's vine with a steel cord. Not like I'll ever be able to pick it up, but it's pretty good. Rada Hall. Let's look at Alrauni. Flame Freeze Shark drops the Royal Vine, has 16,000 HP. A fusion of the Forest Folk and a flower. A fusion of the Forest Folk and a flower. Its attacks are as varied as they are deadly. Okay, Flame Freeze Shark. You have different attacks than that too. Interesting. A strong foe. Gumthread, red fur, life honey, red blood, death stem, angel wing, blue blood, gold fur, space husk, gold tusk, gold shell, space claw, gum string, shiny vine, golem rock, royal hide, royal vine, hex chain, sword rib. Boy, let's not get into that. I'm gonna sleep here, and for the moment I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. We're going down to the 25th. We're gonna go down in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.